greatest threat to free speech is any person or any entity who thinks that their idea is more powerful and more important than yours and tries to take it from you by force.
It really comes down to, it's a good kind of feeling to say we're going to do something to prevent people from getting hurt, to prevent people from getting upset. But at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is you're preventing a lot of legitimate speech from happening, and that's always unfortunate. At least in my opinion, the internet should continue to be an incredibly free place, and that a lot of the limitations that are being suggested on it just aren't consistent with the ideas of individual freedoms and freedom of speech. Now with social media, it's very easy to have a Twitter following, to have a Facebook comment, or YouTube videos, whatever it might be, in order to promote an idea.
Seen it as a tool of great impact, allowing to touch people in a firestorm. So if some major incident happens, for instance, I think it was during one of the movements over in the Arab Spring, there was someone who was very actively posting what was going on. And all of a sudden, his Twitter feed was quiet for a while, and then he tweeted, "in jail." And from those followers, they were able to get him out quickly. The new role of social media with expressing one's opinions is that it's too easily done. And I think that in expressing one's opinions, we are losing a savviness of how to do this with civility, with decorum, and also with respect. It's really hard because we're so afraid of reaction to speak openly about many issues. So I think we're poised to be there, but I think socially, it's going to take a while to really feel comfortable for all of us to really be as open as it could be.
People are afraid to write, and really the reason they're afraid to write is there's too much fear of backlash. People look at it and say, why cause controversy? Why do anything that can get me in trouble with somebody else? Because it is so easy to get in trouble when I can just skate by over the next 4 years. Even if I don't agree with what's going on, it'll all be over and I can move on with my life. And it's really an unfortunate attitude. It's down to the growth of a student. I mean, being in college is about a whole lot of things, and it's really about growing as a person. However, once you start getting into issues of freedom of speech where this is limited, you're limiting what a student can learn from other students, and you're limiting what people are willing to share. So you're kind of preventing a lot of the learning from happening. Well, the immediate thing is education. Knowing what policies your campus has as far as education. There's a website, it's www.thefire.org. That's a very good website dealing with individual freedoms on campus. And understanding what the issue is and how it plays out is the first thing.
Lehigh is signature interest and curiosity amongst the faculty and staff of sharing ideas and cross-disciplinary platforms. Our provost is leading the charge with these cluster initiatives.
So getting involved with an organization like the Patriot, or starting your own organization or something like that, where you can start addressing the issues and start talking and really expressing the freedom of speech. So as long as you're not lying and you're not libeling somebody, and as long as you can prove what you've done in truth and you have a good reason for doing it, anything you say can go, and it really just becomes a matter of getting out there and expressing yourself and not being afraid to say what you feel you need to say.
I mean, of course we can say whatever we want, but for what reason? For what purpose? And I think students need to be mindful of what they are trying to say, for why, and for what change are you trying to implement, or are you trying to change someone's mind? Are you trying to change a policy?
Say what you need to say. 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 Say what you need to say.